Hi all, welcome to session 12 of our Milestone Project. And in this session, we are going to see our last task. And the last task is very simple. We have to delete the files from the SFTP location because we are done with the ingestion and we do not need that orders file any longer. Okay, so after completing this particular task, we will be done with our Milestone Project. We will now have the fully functional pipeline. Okay, and like job well done. It's like if you have followed till here, I think you have learned a lot, and let's get the thing done. Okay, so for the task number 7, let me go to my data factory studio. I also have to power up my VM so that I can put a new file in the SFTP location. Fine. So here we are. I'm going to first start my virtual machine. Always make this a habit. I'm like repeating this again and again because it is very, very essential that you shut down your virtual machine or delete it once you are done with your practice. Otherwise, it can add up to a huge cost. Okay. So make sure that once you are done, as soon as you close your Azure Data Factory Studio tab, you come to this VM and stop this VM. Okay. So I'm going to start it. Let it start. I'm going to duplicate this tab. Let me go to my data factory studio. So I'm opening my data factory instance and I'm going into my data factory studio. My VM has started. So I'm going to see what is the status of the SFTP location. I think I will have one file sitting already in the SFTP location because we saw session 11 yesterday, so that file will be there. I'm just going to rename it so that it represents the timestamp of yesterday. So let me just log in there, project admin, my password. Fine. So it is showing the file for 3rd of May. I'm going to rename and make it to 4th of May. Okay, fine. So this is done. Cool. My SFTP location is ready. Now I'm going to see my pipeline. So this pipeline is now quite big because we have completed all our tasks. And technically, this is how you build. Okay. Um, in any project, you will be having certain tasks. It is very important that you break big task into smaller pieces and then design one piece at a time in your pipeline. Okay, once you have the version 1, that is your initial pipeline, you can again go ahead and see how can you optimize it and reduce the total size, and that way you can improve the execution time. It will take less time to execute an optimized pipeline against a pipeline that is very, very like rudimentary. So I would not say this particular pipeline is optimized, but it is doing its job. Okay, now once we are done, after this what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this particular file. Okay, so I'm going to add a delete activity here, and I'm going to say delete old orders file. So you can use delete to delete files. In the dataset, I'm going to use my storage, or I can't use this. Let me use the SFTP because I have to delete the file from my SFTP location. Fine. So as you know, we have parameters. I just have to map the parameters into dataset. So we have host name, then again you have port, then you have username, See, yep, username, you have file path, you have file path. Okay, I clicked twice, so that is why it is giving me two times. Okay, so file path, and for the file name I'm going to write an expression. So how I will write an expression? I'm going to use the ingestion date variable here. So I'm going to say I want to concat. What I want to concat? I want to concat orders with our variable dot, or let me just see. Okay, variables ingestion date comma dot csv. So this is going to be the name of the file. Okay, so for I think first four parameters we directly used whatever we had in our pipeline. For the fifth we improvised and we created the custom expression to get the file name dynamically. Okay, now we are done. Logging settings is used to log what are the files that are deleted in a storage account. Okay, I don't need it, so I'm going to disable the logging. Fine, so this is done. Cool. Now the expectation is that once I am done with this pipeline, it should delete this file from SFTP location. So once I refresh after the pipeline has successfully executed, this file should be no longer present in our SFTP. Okay, so now let me do a debug. So it will be this port name project admin slash home slash project admin rdz slash file path रहेगा. mm, the file path will be, I think it will be sync, and file path will be, let me give it old variable output directory. Okay, let's wait. hmm Okay, our pipeline is doing fine. We have covered till get metadata. If condition is running now, if condition is done, we are now checking for the lookup file. It is done. Now we are going for the reading orders in our lookup. Okay, so orders file data will be read in this particular activity, and after that we are going to apply filters. So since the data is around 9,000 plus records, so it is going to take a little bit time. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Done. We are at copy activity. This is going to copy all the count into a CSV file and put it into our ADLS location. We covered that in our session 11. Okay, and at the end we got the file deleted from the SFTP. Now let me refresh and you can see the file is gone. So with this we are done with our final task. Congratulations, we have completed our first milestone project, and this is our product. It's a big pipeline, and guess what, we haven't used anything other than what we have learned. I think there are a couple of things that are still left, so let me incorporate that as well. I think we can do that, so let's try to include that as well. So we have a switch case left and we have a wait. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's use these two also. So I can think of one way of using wait activity. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into activities and improvise here. So here I'm going to say wait and wait for 5 seconds. So in case get metadata is not coming, so file is not present, it is going to wait for 5 seconds. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. Let me configure the wait for 5 seconds. Okay, so with this we have used our wait also. Wait activity has also has been also included in our pipeline, and the last part was switch. Okay, so for switch, let's see what we can do. Hmm, okay, let me just publish this so that we are not losing our changes. I think we can use in our pipeline here. Okay, uh, check execution date. Fine. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to say switch. I have used if, but I can use switch also, and I will use the same expression. So here we are what we are saying that we are getting day of the week, and based on that we are deciding either to fail the pipeline or to go ahead and run our master pipeline, like master project pipeline. So what I'm going to do, check if it's Sunday. Now in the activities I have to first pass an expression. I'm going to remove day of the, I'm going to remove equals. Now I'm going to convert everything into a string. Let me try that one more time. I think, yeah. So we had an additional parameter. It is there for equals but not for string. So we are done. Okay. So in the default, what we are going to say, in the default we are going to execute the pipeline. So I'm going to simply copy this execute pipeline from the false into copy. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste in the default. Okay, let me do that one more time. I think I made a mistake. Control C, and here it will be Control V. Okay, so if it is not Sunday, it is going to execute milestone 1 pipeline, and if it is Sunday, it is going to fail this pipeline. Okay, let me copy the fail activity also. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it into our 0. So case 0, it should fail. Now I'm going to delete the, or let me just deactivate it. Okay, I don't want to delete it. Fine. auto align. Let me keep it here. Fine. So I have converted this if condition into switch case where we are getting the day of the week in the string format from our expression, and we are checking if it is 0 or not. If it is 0, then it should fail because it is Sunday. If in case it is not 0, it should run the milestone 1 project pipeline. Okay. So that is all. Let me just publish. So we have used switch case also. Done. Publishing complete. Let me validate. This pipeline has no issues. Let me validate master pipeline. This also should not have. Yes, it is also not having any issues. Let me validate all. Fine. Now time to test our entire setup. Okay, so let me go to my VM. I'm going to give port project admin slash home slash project admin sync variable output. Let's see what happens. Technically it should fail because I'm running it on Monday. I'm running it on Sunday. So this today is 5th of May. This pipeline should not go for the milestone 1 pipeline. It should fail. Let's go and check the monitoring. Yep, as expected, it failed. Awesome. Cool. So with this, we have completed all of our steps that we have set in our milestone project, and we are now having a working pipeline. Okay. So this pipeline is going to get the current date. Based on that, it is going to ingest the file, check the file size. If file size is not 0, then it is going to go ahead and copy it into a data lake. After that, it is going to check for a lookup file. If lookup file is not present, it is going to keep looking for, like, I think, let me see, we have a timeout. Yeah, so it is going to keep looking for 2 minutes. After that, after every metadata, it is going to hold for 5 seconds and then check back again. Okay, once the lookup file is arriving, it is going to read the orders file in a lookup activity, filter the order counts, and then display those order counts, and also create a dummy CSV file with all those order count and region, and then at the end we are going to delete the file from the SFTP location. Okay, so well done. I think we have our working pipeline ready. We can run it. In the next session we are going to start working on the triggers, because now we have the pipeline and we want to schedule it in a certain way so that we do not have to run it manually every single day. Okay, so how we can do it in Azure Data Factory, we are going to take a look at that tomorrow. Okay, so with this, that's all for session 12. I'm very happy about this project. Like, I was able to complete in 12 sessions, and those who are watching, kindly go through each session, try to create this pipeline. By the way, if you are doing what I'm saying, you are turning down your VM after every session, I'm very sure your cost will not like go up very significantly. I'm very sure that whatever I have completed so far, it is not even close to 100 rupees for my pay as you go account. Okay, so make sure that you follow the good cloud habits. Make sure whatever resources you do not need, either disable them, deactivate them, turn them down, or delete them. Okay, so that your cost is low, and you should get a good hands on. Try to create your own pipeline, make modifications into this, improvise. Okay, and please provide your feedback. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, and let's meet in the next session. Thank you.